we go. Hello. Hello. I took some art supplies with me to work. I was going to say school. I'm not in school. And you know, I bought these zebra midliners, but I specifically bought them for journaling. But I thought we might use them for sketchbook, and I really don't like how they worked with this paper. So I think I'm going to pass on that idea. Let's see. I don't know, I still feel like something's wrong with this camera specifically. But anyways, I wanted to show the cute little page that I did. Boop, 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 boop. Let me get all those in there. Okay. There we go. I did some capybaras. And well, I tried to play with some different colors. I really like how this came out. This is a capybara, and I drew some little guinea pig buddies for them. I really like that picture. I think it's cute. Love it, so I can't be too upset about that. I do like the blue one as well. That one, I was just putting colors on there to see kind of like what would work together, and this one also kind of just combining colors. Says he's in an idiot box. But yeah, we're gonna rethink. I think I'm going to put some watercolors, and I forget what these are called. This is a palette that I made myself. It's pretty old, and I have to remember what kind of watercolors those were. But I think I'm gonna try that one. Even though that paper's not great with watercolor, I'm really kind of disappointed with using it with marker, and I was kind of hoping that it would blend better, but it really didn't. So I forget what this sketchbook is called. It's a pretty popular one, I think, or it was at least like 10 years ago when I first got it. This one is an Ohuhu marker book, and it's very similar, but I like this one a little bit better, actually. I didn't before, but I like it now. Let me see what this other one is called that I was using, just in case anyone is curious about different supplies. How can I? Here we go. And this one used to be really popular way back when. I don't know if it still is. Oh, it's the ILLO. ILLO? ILLO sketchbook. And I think if you are like a main marker artist, like that might work well for you, but I don't find it very good for like blending colors, so I'm not thrilled with it. We'll see how watercolors go, even though it's not a watercolor book. But this one's not watercolor either. This is a marker book. You know, we experiment, we have fun, we see. It's all about creating, right? So, what we do last time? Did we do that last time? That's what we did last time. I added some more after the stream because we ended with this guy. I added a little day gecko, and I really like how he came out. He's very cute. I added a little beta, and this little snail that I like too. I just wanted to use more different colors. So those are cute, all done with the same Ohuhu watercolor marker that we've been using. So, that is that. I'm going to try to pay attention a little bit more to how I got this in frame. Now, the name of the title, Raptors. Someone suggested raptors. Yes, my fiance suggested raptors. I love dinosaurs. And I asked him, birds or dinosaurs? And he's like, yes. So that means both. Anything goes. So, I don't know. I would love to be a paleo artist. I would absolutely love to be one. But I don't feel like I'm great at it. Um, but let us find raptors. I don't particularly want to go for the internet for references for dinosaurs, only because everything on there is just another artist's interpretations, right? So, what would these be called? Should we do Utah raptors? That seems to be the common one. Let's see. I've got this book here. Utah Raptor 135. I got this book back in 2018 when I was going to get into paleo art. I wanted to. Huh. Not exactly what I was thinking of. So this, we have a micro raptor. That's fun. And it's fun because we get to do like kind of whatever colors we want. There's the Velociraptor. That's the guy that we're looking for. Velociraptor. He's tiny. He's itty bitty. He's cute as heck. Deinonychus. Is it the Deinonychus that we're more used to seeing as raptors? Or the Utah Raptor, which is what I was looking for. Utah Raptor is the big guys. This is kind of like this is where my nerdiness comes in. I like dinosaurs, y'all. I like Gallimimus and Struthiomimus. Those are fun too. So we're not entirely off the table with those. I guess we're just gonna start with some ideas. Bambi Raptor. He's cute. Dun, dun, dun. So this is really a book about kind of like the fossils that they have found, I guess. Which gives us a starting point, at least for how a theropod should look. A pencil would be a good start. So in general, we kind of start with the head. And then their long tail, right? I think their eye would be about right there. And then, I don't know if they actually open their mouths as long as they seem to in this diagram. There we go. Kind of has this shape to it. And then this one kind of has this shape to it. Because that's where his teethies are. Ooh, scary. I'm not used to drawing from this angle. So I may move it down. And he needs kind of a longer neck, really. Well, we don't actually know. He's got this big old chest. And then his spine kind of goes up like this, a little bit of a ridge, almost. And then he seems to have some flat hips that sort of go into this tail. I don't think their tails were as flexible as they seem in some artist interpretations, waggling about like a puppy dog. Now, we have to decide, are we going to give him some feathers? So he's gonna have a leg. And again, do we know how they actually run? His knee kind of comes here and then here. I don't know. We'll see. And then supposedly his little raptor claws extended. And then he is kind of lifting his foot like this. He's running. It'd probably be a little bit more up in the air. And then I imagine, because we have him kind of leaning forward, his little handsy hands, his hands go this way, and this way. I think we're going with wings. We're definitely going with wings here. It just seems to make sense. I didn't realize how freaking long their fingers actually are. So I feel like they'd have to have some kind of feathers on him, right? Now I'm making him look like he's got webbed. We'll just draw one for now. He's kind of cool, yeah? Kind of cool. I see them often like this. There we go. Alright, we'll go with that. We're starting there. I can't hate it completely. As a start, what other kind of animals are similar to a raptor? I always am fascinated with cassowaries. We'll have to draw some of those, the blacks and the blues and the reds, absolutely. Also, I'm munching on popcorn. I'm sorry, but I don't really expect anyone to be watching. So why not enjoy it? Alright, so we got an idea for our raptor. Now, the raptor we've modeled this off of is the Velociraptor mongoliensis. I can't speak. But let's see, they were found in areas such as Mongolia, China. I think that area has really brightly colored birds, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what we're gonna look towards for coloration ideas. And I really don't know. There we go. I don't know. I need a new web camera. Eventually we'll get that, and I think it'll go a lot better. Birds of Mongolia. Ooh, look at that. I don't know what this is, but you can't hate those colors. I would love some blues, some reds, that purple chest. I like that. I don't know what you are, but I like you, little guy. Oh. That's what we're going with. Hopefully, I think this is the brush. No, that's not the brush I was using. Not this one that Tyson has chewed like crazy. This is the one I've been using. Okay. We're going to start with this purple chest. I really like it. But then I like these lines that we've got. So I'm going to kind of build him up as we go along. He may change his appearance a little from this initial sketch because we are just adding some colors. And I kind of want to make his neck a bit fluffier, like an actual bird. So he has this white that goes from his eyes and down. Ooh, I like this. And then I think the main selling point is just this big purple chest. Okay. And then we're gonna have a very like red beak. So we're gonna have some brown colors here, I think, and then we're gonna have red there. That's what we're starting with. Let me get some of that down before I kind of forget. I am a forgetful person. So this to start out with. All right. This is fun. Okay. I need a kind of an orangey red. And we'll probably start very soft colored here because I kind of want this texture. So we're going to build onto that a little bit more. And probably should remember to wipe off my brush sometimes. And then we have some more red that comes here. Now I kind of need this bright blue, and hopefully this is it. And this kind of goes up on his head a little. I don't want to do too much with that because it's really quite stark. And then I need like a red. Like a red. Oh, I forgot his face is connected here, so we're gonna have to... We'll fix that. Most things we do when it comes to watercolor will be fixed with line art. That's just how we do it here. I'm no expert at watercolor, I just do what I like. So the red. The red kind of does come down from the neck and then kind of just sticks here. And then we're gonna have like this red, it's not a beak, but it is like the beak in the bird that we're using. So it might look a little bit strange, but my guess is that these guys had, well, at least the predators probably had some more bright colors. I don't know. Maybe not. Ooh, that red's kind of, what's the word? A little bit intense. You know what? I think I want this orange. No, that's like highlighter orange. Never mind. Here's the orange. And I'll probably add a little bit of red to this as well once it dries out. He's fun. He's a fun little guy already. This little birdie's wings are a little bit hard to interpret. So I think I'm going to turn the blacks in this bird really are going to be like this dark blue color. Let me think of how to do the rest of him. So I do think I need to kind of do this and this, right? And then I think like his back, it's really hard to tell, has a lot of this blue. I could look at other pictures, but like I also don't want to get completely caught up in the other pictures. So they really do seem to have a very gray back. They do have more blue, I would say, on the outer wing, and I have to kind of figure out how this wing really goes. Bird wings should be easy for me. Should be. But they're not like real wings, I don't think. They're feathers, but like okay. I kind of like where we're going with that. And then I think it would be like up here. Excuse me if I sound kind of like not using biological terms. Okay, so I do think the blues kind of meet with this, and then they kind of extend into the wing as well. And they're like really the small feathers. The rest of the feathers are really brown, but I think I do want some like more blue at the tips, because I just imagine like if he's spreading his little wings, we are going to see those beautiful blue colors. And then we'll kind of go up into more like a turquoise green. This is kind of what I'm looking at, this guy. I can't figure out what this orange part of him is. I think his butt. We're gonna make his butt more orange. It's very hard to tell. That's like a part of his wings. He has very odd shaped wings. But it's almost like these things extend from his hips and like go up. So it's a very interesting look here. I think we'll do that. Like his hips are gonna, oh shoot, are gonna have that orange. And then we're gonna have the green on top. So while his legs really are brown, I think we'll go orange into brown. But I feel like it's important to have this orange here. Again, no idea. We just making it up as we go along. And the rest of him is really kind of dull besides that. Oh, his purple chest, we got that. The turquoise at the very top of his tail. It's a very interesting color. It's more green than anything, but it kind of goes down. And I don't know if it's supposed to, I think it does like basically go down all his spine. I think the blue does kind of mix up into this red part. So we can have a blend of colors here. And just imagine this as feathers going down. And then he'll have some more like black and white. But instead of blacks, we're going to be doing the dark blues, right? So he's going to have... It's very interesting how this goes. I actually think those are his wings tips that I'm looking at here. He's got white at the tip of his wings. But I think I am going to go ahead and move blue into here. Oh. And then we'll need to choose a brown. Now there are whites in this, which is kind of bleh, but Whatever. Okay. I need to decide on a brown. Decide on a brown. The browns are the most difficult colors in here. But I like this brown. Okay. This brown seems to be... Now that's too orangey. I want something a little duller. Yeah, maybe this. Alright. And then the brown to fill in all the other unimportant parts. That's going to stay white. And then what about his legs? His legs are actually orange. So we might extend his orange down a little. We'll fill in the rest of this area with browns. What do we think? He's a cool raptor, right? I think I'll add a little bit of brown here. A little bit of brown here. And then we'll actually move down into the brighter orange. I think that'll be good. And I do really want it to be like bright orange, not neon orange. What is the orange color we were using earlier? I guess this is just our orange color. Oh, this is the light color. Okay, we can do that. We can work with this. I think this is the darker orange. So we'll kind of maybe... And we'll add more texture, I think, into this, honestly. I think it needs it. Alright. Not hating it. Not hating the design we've come up with. Not hating this color scheme. That's kind of crazy, but still like it. I think I want to add a little bit of this blue in here. And more into here. And into there. Maybe even a little into here, but I still want that to be like purple. That needs to be a deep purple, really. So we'll go with more like that. Yeah. Very interesting little guy we've got. Very interesting. Uh-huh. Look. Fun. Fun. Let me get my pins out. What did we call him? He was a Velociraptor mongolius or something. I think this is actually brown. Mongolian. Oh, I misspelled that. Mongoliensis. All right, what do you think about my career as a paleo artist? Can we do it? I haven't really thought about what his eyes are supposed to look like. I'm going to do the dark blue for his eye, and then we're going to add black on top. I don't know how exactly that's going to look. Oh, he's a cute little guy. Look, I don't hate him. I don't hate him. And then we're gonna have to switch up the, I want to say switch up the turntables. Oh, how the tables have turned. Um, we're gonna go for a bird raptor next. Which, again, I don't know that I've ever drawn a bird. Thanks, Apple. But, we'll figure that out. What kind of raptor is this? Oh, that's a secretary bird. Ooh, let's draw a secretary bird. Those look cool. Alright, not hating it. Not hating it. I typed in secretary bird. Why does sexy Squidward come up? Oh my gosh. This is a secretary bird, and he's kind of cute. My stream is lagging. How can you tell? Ooh, that was wrong. I really don't know what the difference is between this stream and my regular stream. Like, the quality is so much different. It's the same camera, the same setup, and as far as I know, the same settings. So I don't understand the difference. Alright. Let's give this guy some teethers, though. How do Velociraptor teethers look? Ooh. Oh, they're actually very small. I love how his mouth now looks like just bloody. We're gonna give him a little bit of, actually, like that. And this is kind of where his fur is gonna start. Not sure if I'm loving it now. Alright, let's get his little wings started. And I think I'm going to probably do like that. I don't know how. Son of a gun. Oh, okay. Okay. You gotta be a pain in the butt for me. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn this. I can't do it this way. Alright. I don't think I'm happy with the position of his eyeball. Trying to find my eraser. Tyson does tend to steal it. Kind of want to get rid of some of that, but I don't think I can. It's stuck forever. Maybe if I add some more orangey color to this. Okay. It's not lagging when I have it pulled up for me. Well, maybe it is now. I don't understand. No, it's not lagging for me. Mute myself. Mm. Why don't you work? I don't know. These birds have creepy long legs, honestly. What color do you think looks good with all of this mesh of color? That highlighter. I feel like a purple. Really, ooh, that's gone forever. I don't see the color that I want. I feel like I want to just kind of block this out a little. It's because I think his little white of his neck kind of blends into the background. Maybe that'll help it stick out a little bit more. Right there. Alright, little guy. We're trying to go on to the secretary bird, which I'm not feeling as confident with. He's got a lot of white, so we'll probably use the same box thing for him. Secretary bird. I kind of just want his head. I don't even want to do the rest of his body because his long legs are crazy. I love his little... I can't select this picture. There we go. I love the rest of him. I'm sorry if it is lagging, but I can't... It's not lagging on my view of it. So I guess I need to leave enough space for his, I broke my pencil. His crazy hairdo. We're gonna just start with this box here. He's got huge eyes. Very intimidating. He looks kind of like any dumb bird. I don't mean that in a mean way. You're not a dumb bird. You're a very intelligent and skillful predator. He does have kind of more like a flat head. This may be more of a my own interpretation here. And then he has this face. Why does that seem so familiar to me? This face. Alright. I don't know quite exactly how his little hair things are so perpendicular. They aren't all the time either. Okay. Ah, he makes me laugh. Oh my gosh. He makes me laugh. Gosh. And then he has some more white feathers over here. Alright, what do we think? I think he's looking pretty good here. Not a whole lot of colors to go with. The big thing is his yellow on his beak. That kind of goes into this grayish color. I think I'll use this. Yes, that's good. That's a good color. Okay. No! Stupid, unclean brush. That's alright. It's alright. Sometimes things don't go perfectly to plan. And then his blue kind of goes out into the yellow instead of the other way around, but that's alright. Around his eyes is very orange. I love him. I love him already. I'm going to start with... That's the wrong color. Get this orange away from me. That's the highlighter. Orange. Oh no! The orange that I lost is... on the ground. Okay. The orange that I lost, the orange that I need is on the ground. Okay. We're safe now. Okay, and it sort of comes down to that. I don't want to go too dark because I do want to use this to blend it out. Oh my gosh, I love him. I love him. All right, we're gonna have to decide on his head feathers, which this is gray. It's kind of a cool gray. We'll just go with that. I think that's fine. Make sure I get my orange off of that brush first. And I don't think we need to add too much to him, really. Maybe just bring some of this color down here. And maybe bring some of this color down here. Not too much. All right. Don't need much for him. And what was he called? He was called the secretary bird. He is a secretary. I want to add green. Add some green. Oh, I forgot his eyeballs. And that definitely does not look like green. This is such a bright green. That's ridiculous. Okay. Let me get some brown for his eyes. Yeah, that's actually a really nice brown for his eyes. I like it. Can't hate it. And we'll add some pupils in there if that ever dries. Let's look for another type of raptor. I'm kind of avoiding the traditional, like actual raptors, eagles, hawks. Is an owl, I guess, considered a raptor? Ooh, what about a vulture? One of those vultures with the bright red heads? I didn't mean to say oh like that in complete disappointment. um, Turkeys are so strange. Not turkeys. I was looking at turkey vultures. They're so strange. What is a Serima? Seriema. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Ooh, the harpy eagle is cool. He's not too far off from, looking like this with his little feathers. But he's also just like gray. They're creepy, honestly, in a way. If I ever saw a harpy eagle like up close in the wild, I think I'd be a little bit scared. What can we do with this? With just gray? We can try. It doesn't add much color. Sort of doing my own thing here with this line art. Mm. I do make some weird noises sometimes. I do apologize. I need a big guy. Which I thought I had it. I don't know where it is. Oh, that's a chisel tip. Never mind that. I think the black brush pen is probably the first thing to go when I buy these sets. I really don't see it. Maybe use this. Uh-oh. broke it. Oh, I forgot. They also have kind of like these really long eyelashes. So we'll have to get back to that. I think I'm just gonna do like that for the eyes. There we go. Those are some eyelashes. Hopefully we can see that. I think I can see the eyelashes. All right. Yeah, hello. Here we go. That's what I want. Okay. I don't hate him. I don't hate him. I did. I used the brush pen, didn't I? I don't know what I did with it. It seems to be missing. Sometimes when you mess up on symmetrical lines, you just kind of thicken the line around it asymmetrically. Yeah. There we go. What green did I use? I used this green. I'll put a little bit more here, and here, and here. Ah, yeah. What we think? What we think? I like him. I like him. I can't be too unhappy with him. Yeah! Secretary Bird. Alright, so I wanted to go back to the Harpy Eagle idea, but still like the grays are a bit, I don't know. What am I supposed to do with those grays? I just like his dopey looking face. Or should we go back to Velociraptor? Velociraptor looking like a Harpy Eagle. Velociraptor looking like a Harpy Eagle. Can we do it? Can we do it? Challenge. I feel like we'll have to he'll have the big floofy, we got lots of feathers. Yeah. And then we'll have the big feathers sticking out. Yeah. Yeah. Now his feathers on the Harpy Eagle, I would say they kind of like go, they give him little eyebrows in a way. So we're gonna go like that. Is that gonna be weird? Little harpy eyebrows? Oh no, I like it. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. And then like that. Harpy eagle, velociraptor. Yes, please. And then you know he's ready to attack. We're sort of going on our own creation here. All right. Getting creative. Now, the colors is the next thing. I don't know. These are kind of gray pink. Here, what I'm looking at. But he's going to be very dark. I think we're going to start with this. And now I've got green mixed in it. That isn't necessarily bad. Not what we want, but it could have been worse. And then these big feathers are going to be the darkest grays. And there was a couple of them here. Okay. And then it looks like as we go down his neck, we get back into the darker grays. His chest is going to be white, and then his wings are going to be the dark gray. Okay. Alright. I'm just kind of taking some of the water from here and like putting it in the white so it's not so white. Alright. He's going to be pretty simple to finish. I don't think we really need a whole lot added to him. Oh, do I have an actual black watercolor marker? I do. Interesting. So I think I'm going to give a little bit of black here and maybe add a little bit of black on each of these. Just to kind of darken them up a bit. The rule of thumb is to never use black in watercolor. But we're ignoring the rules. ha ha. Oh, okay. So again, I still don't hate him. I still don't hate him. He is the harpy velociraptor. Ah! Alright, we'll give him a minute to start to dry. I'll probably do one of the blues that we already used. Maybe not. Maybe a lighter blue. I don't know. The darker blue might work. Kind of like that color. It's funny, we made this color here using a black. That black has more blue to it than I realized. I need a big old pencil case to put all these in because I hate putting them back in their slots, honestly. I was looking for that one earlier. Sheesh. What is wrong with me? Alright, we still have this little section, so we need to, I guess since we did raptor and we did bird, and then we did raptor again, we'll switch back to another bird. I need to find a colorful raptor, though. Things don't exist. I realize that it may not be the best thing if a predator has starkingly bright colors to warn its enemies that it's approaching, assuming its enemies aren't colorblind. And birds tend to have very, in-depth color vision. So, I don't think we're gonna find a brightly colored raptor is what I'm saying. It's still so wet. Okay. We'll search for something else to draw while I'm waiting for that. There is this thing that I'm completely avoiding. I don't know what it is. And it's probably the most colorful raptor. Maybe it's some kind of vulture. And yeah, starkingly bright colors. I just can't bring myself to draw that thing. Not to be rude, but I feel like it's not going to translate into my drawing that well. I mean, I could just do a bird. A raptor and color it whatever color I deem fit. Oh, cassowary. Let's look at cassowaries because I love cassowaries. And we might just do him with his cool crest. That's it. That's gonna be our final picture on this page. I wonder if I can find one where he's like facing forward and his head's looking back. Maybe. That may be harder than I imagine to actually find. Little cassowary. I don't really need his like full body, just his head, because it's gonna be black. His body is black. So we're gonna focus on the colorful part. Why does that cassowary not have an eyeball? It it does. Mm. Ooh, that one's really pretty. I didn't realize that they can come in so many different colors. You know, I would have loved to have been like a biologist, but I hate travel. I hate insects. I hate outdoors. At least now I do. But it would have been fun. Cassowary. Okay, so I really like his head. And we'll play with his body there. Lots of colors. So we'll figure that out. Okay. Hello, my little raptor. Eek. Okay. Honestly, don't think this is too bad for my own interpretation of a raptor. I haven't quite got his teeth down as I want them to, but I imagine that his teeth are kind of difficult. You think he'd have a black tongue? I think I want to do a black tongue. Kind of just looks like the inside of his mouth now. I think I want to go to this, honestly, back to this one. I may have lost the plot here. All right. All right. Okay. I don't hate him. Oh, I wanted to do like blue. right? In his. Just kind of to add some color, outline his head a little bit. Gave him that black tongue. There's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just kind of making it up as we go along. I do feel like it needs to come like down here a little bit more. Kind of outline this part of him. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cute, cute, cute. Okay. So now we're ending, we're finalizing this, we're putting in the last piece, the cassowary. He's got little jowls kind of hanging down. And then I feel like there's something I watched that had a big cassowary enemy. It was probably like some weird, you know, Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa series episode or something, but it seems so familiar from somewhere. Aside from playing like Dinkum. If you've ever played that game, the cassowaries are ridiculous. Alright. And they have kind of a hole right here. He has more of a rounder head than I gave him, I guess. Oh, because he has like this turquoise bit that comes down. And then it goes into the orange bit. Alright. Looking mad as heck. Cassowary. We're getting use out of this blue. I like this blue color though. That's what we're going to use. The blue and the turquoise. I want that turquoise back. Yeah. And then orange. Reddy orange. Orangey red. And maybe with some actual red. Yeah. I think that's the colors we're going with. I think what I'll do, I'll color this, and then I'll kind of pull the colors into the crest part. So the crest itself is just going to be like residual colors. See, sometimes I can think very painterly, artistically. I don't always go to plan though. Okay, so let's start with the darkest blue here. Maybe not. We'll start with the turquoise. So the turquoise kind of goes up here and into the ear. So we're changing where the ear is positioned here. And this is like the main color that I want to drag into the crest. So I'm probably going to add a lot of water here to bring it up. Okay. Are you mad? Are you so mad? I really like how this one turned out compared to this one. So that just kind of shows you that, like, going by the copy isn't as fun as kind of doing your own thing, right? Alright, let us get the dark blues now. There's some like weird little thing that hangs right here, and we'll just let that hang. I'm gonna drag this blue over into this area, into the black area is what we're gonna do here. Leaving this, and it kind of goes into that. Trying to think about like just a little bit about what is the darker part of this blue, but it don't really matter as much. I didn't mean to color that part. Let me get this up. Whew. I didn't mean to be so dramatic with my that's just how I am sometimes. Okay, so, and then our little waddles. And then I said we're gonna try to drag this blue into our black. You're looking like an ugly mess right now. You're looking like an ugly mess, but we'll fix it. And then we probably won't frame him because he's gonna have such a black background. And I guess we can mix some of this up in here. I do kind of want to make use of this, like make it even darker here. And then make it even darker on this eye ridge here. And then where his nose is gonna go, here. And then he kind of like, it leaves his mouth and makes a thing here. And then I'm gonna get the turquoise back. And it kind of does an interesting thing. And I don't know if this is gonna stay, only because it's still kind of wet, but it looks a little scaly like that. And so does this part. So we're going to add the orange in. Make sure we get that blue out, because that will definitely not look pretty with that orange. And then we're going to come behind with some red. Oh, I need to find a kind of brownish color. I wish I knew what color I used for this. I don't have that. I think this is gonna be kind of the closest thing, honestly, that I have to that. And we'll have to fix his lips, his beak a little bit, because it's not quite the right shape. Maybe we can mold it a little bit. Like that, and then we're gonna do this and add some of this, which is gonna turn it green, but that's all right because it does have kind of a green turquoise look to it, so we can live with that. I almost forgot there is a little bit of orange. right at the back of his head, and that's kind of what we were saving that space for. Just a little bit of orange here. There we go. Yeah, he's looking like something. Let's get the dreaded black out. And we'll kind of mess with this a little. It's not going to be easy, but... easier than I thought it would be. Now this is a lot more black than the rest of him, so we'll probably go back over that a little bit. Yeah, it's looking like a mess, but that's okay. That's okay. We have to let it dry a little bit. Probably enough that I can get my red. So that kind of does the same thing that this blue does, in a way. This turquoise. And then this blue, again, the wattle. And then like right here. It'll make sense. It will make sense. Hopefully. He's so ridiculous looking. We're gonna go back with our black, right? Can't really do too much here. I really wanted to get more of this blue blended down into it. That is not how that goes. Okay. Let's not mess with that too much, because we are coming to the end of the saturation on that. I want a different color orange for his eyeball. I think we'll go with this. Yeah. He looks so upset. Focus. Focus. Come on, camera. You can focus here. Come on. I know you can. Focus. Focus. I don't know why we go out of focus and then we fuse to get back into focus. That's one of the most frustrating things with this camera. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing some of the line work. I see that his eye is really in the wrong position. Or at least his beak and eye and all that don't quite mesh up with how they should. Sometimes our art is not perfect. That's all right. I think we still kind of came out okay here, even if not perfect. And I wonder if I should kind of like go under and do some details like that. I don't think that really hurts. Okay. Okay. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. We can kind of make this a little bit more like that. There we go. And get our old little white pen if it wants to behave. We're gonna just do a few of these spots here as well. And a little bit here. And I think I'll just do some here, some here. I think right here, right here. Ba-bum. Okay. And then he has kind of like you're not gonna be able to see this though. It's just a weird web pattern that sort of goes throughout his little crest here. Okay, okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think it turned out better than I could have predicted. Let me get here. And this is the cassowary. And I'm gonna put right here. Can you say, of course you can say, raptor? I don't know why. All right. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. I think we've got some cute little guys here. I have decided to start uploading these onto Instagram. This is the page that I did off stream, or my more preferred for sharing this artwork, Blue Sky. Blue Sky just says Tyson Eats Paint because they limit you on characters, but I do prefer to use that. If you don't really want to participate in the stream, but you still want to see some of the artwork, and then of course these go onto YouTube under Tyson Eats Paintbrushes, because Tyson does eat paintbrushes. All right. If you do watch this, thank you so much. And good night. Should we do a close-up real quick? Secretary Bird. Velociraptor. Harpy Velociraptor. I like him. And the cassowary. Better than anticipated. All right.